developing as a baseball player and completely transforming yourself into a completely different and better player than you were before is actually a lot simpler than people think. All you need to do is work hard and be consistent on a research-based plan. But way too many guys get really confused with all this different information online telling them all the things that they should be doing to get better. So they waste months and years guessing and trying random things that they hope will help them get better. And because of all this wasted time, they never reach their full potential, and they ultimately get left behind and don't reach that next level of baseball that they've always dreamt of achieving. So if that sounds like you at all and you don't have a good plan in place and you're guessing on your workouts, then this video is for you. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can structure a plan that is research-based and will help you develop as a baseball player. That way you can stop wasting all of your hard work and dedication on things that are just going to get you left behind. Most guys actually have things backwards when they're trying to increase their velo, hit for more power, and run faster. And to explain this backwards way of thinking that a lot of guys have, I have this world-class illustration right here. And this is a Brahms ice cream cone, if you know, you know, because I'm going to be describing an elite level baseball player here. And the backwards approach that a lot of these players are taking whenever they're trying to become an elite level baseball player or good ice cream is by only focusing on this cherry on the top right here. And that's things like obsessing over your mechanics as a pitcher or your swing as a hitter, doing a bunch of mobility routines. Like pitchers are notorious for this, thinking just mobility will help them throw harder, and then throwing a bunch of weighted balls as well. And it makes sense, right? The cherry on top matters if you want to have a complete, full ice cream cone, but it only matters if you have some ice cream to build upon, right? So mechanics are really important, mobility is important, and weighted balls are a useful tool. But the thing is, those things don't matter at all if you don't have a base of athleticism. And athleticism looks like the strength that you have, you being really explosive, having good speed if you're a position player, and being coordinated enough to move your body well. So whenever you're trying to build yourself into this elite baseball player or this complete cone of ice cream, don't fall into that trap of only focusing on the cherry on the top. You need this base of ice cream right here, which is your athleticism, to support that cherry on the top right there. So then whenever a scout comes to your game, they're on the hunt for the full ice cream cone, everything included. Like that is their ideal situation. But they'd be a lot more interested in a good base of ice cream, really good athleticism, than they would the cherry on top by itself. So what I'm going to do in this video is show you how to build a research-based plan to build this athleticism that I was just talking about. And at the end, I'm even going to give you a full week of workouts that you can go out and try and use right away. If you're new here, I'm Jordan. I'm the founder of All Your Heart Athletics. And basically what I do is I help guys develop and transform their baseball careers using research-based methods. I've worked with hundreds of players, primarily online, and gotten some really good results with them, which you're seeing on the screen right now. Also, just so you know, I'm not just some guy talking on the internet. I'm actually very educated on this topic. I have a bachelor's degree in exercise science. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist, and also I'm going to get my doctorate in physical therapy next month. Also, I actually used these methods myself during my college baseball career and was able to completely transform myself as a player as well. But the thing is, there was a lot of trial and error involved, and it took me a lot longer to make those gains than it should have if I would have had proper guidance. So the goal for me now is to be the coach that I wish I had back then and guide players and help them develop faster than I was able to. But enough about me. I'm going to show you exactly how you can build that plan so you can develop as a baseball player also. First part of this development plan structure right here, we need to figure out what we should be working out and how we're going to do that. So as far as those things go, the first thing we're going to focus on is strength. And strength is the foundation of athletic performance. You need to be able to produce a lot of force if you want to throw the ball really hard or hit the ball really far, right? And the way to build strength is with compound lifts. And then you want to use heavy weight as well, 85% or more of your 1 rep max. And then you're going to use low sets and reps for 3 to 5 sets of 1 to 6 reps with that heavy weight right there. And you want to have long rests in between your sets. So because you're lifting this heavy weight and you want to lift as heavy of weight as possible each set, that's why you need this long rest to give your nervous system a little bit of a break and let your muscles take a break too. So that's a really important component of getting strong that a lot of guys miss out on, right? So next part is my lovely stick figures right here. And basically what I'm trying to show you with this is the importance of keeping a flat back or a neutral spine whenever you're lifting. Things like squats and deadlifts, like this is most important for. So I have this green check mark showing that this back is flat and it's good. But then I have red X's right here and here because the back is arched up this way and then it's rounded that way. So really, if you want your back to be safe whenever you're loading it up with a squat or a deadlift, you want to have this flat back like this. And to continue gaining that strength over time, you need to have a good progression strategy in place. A sign of a bad program is one that doesn't have a good progression strategy. And what that's going to do is it's going to make you plateau over time, and you're not going to be able to get much stronger after a certain period of time. So basically the one I use a lot with my players that's really simple is called 5-3-1. So what that's going to look like is week 1, you're going to do 3 sets of 5 on your compound lift that you were doing here. And on that last set of 5, which is what the plus means, you're going to take it to failure. And then week 2, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to warm up to 3 sets of 3, last set taken to failure. Week 3, you're going to do a set of 5, a set of 3, and then a 1 plus. So if you can get more than 1 rep on that last set, then go ahead and do it. And then week 4, what you're going to do is, it's called a deload week. And basically what this is doing, see it says deload. Basically what this is doing is it's going to let your muscles and your nervous system take a little bit of a break for the week, but not a full break off from lifting to where you'll lose progress. So you're going to lower the amount of volume that you're doing. And on this deload week, the way I do it is I lessen the volume, so less sets and reps, but I want the intensity to be about the same. So hopefully on this week 4 right here, you'll be able to lift heavier weight than you were able to on this week 1 for sets of 5. But that's a basic way that you're going to be able to build strength right there. You're going to use compound lifts, heavy weight, low sets and reps with a long rest in between. And then you want to have a flat back whenever you're loading your spine for safety purposes. And then you want to have a good progression strategy in place. This is an example right here. There's a lot of ways to do it, but this is a really simple way that I use with my players a lot. So the next thing you need to improve if you want to be that athletic baseball player is you need to build your explosiveness. So there are 3 basic ways to build your explosiveness that are very research-based that I use. The first one is lifting light weights fast. And we're going to do this once a week. And you're going to do 40 to 60% of your 1 rep max with those same compound exercises that you were using for strength. And then you're going to do 3 to 5 sets of 2 to 4 reps. And obviously it's going to be really easy to do 3 to 5 sets of 2 to 4 reps with 40 to 60%. But the thing is, you're moving as explosively as you can. So of course it's going to feel easy, but you're trying to be as explosive as possible, if that makes sense. So the progression strategy we're going to use for moving those light weights fast is pretty simple. So week 1, we're going to go 5 sets of 3 at 40% of our 1 rep max. Week 2, we're bumping it up to 45%, but less sets. Week 3, same thing, up to 50%, just 3 sets week 3. And then week 4, that's our deload week. And you're going to do 3 sets of 3 at 40%. And hopefully you will be moving the bar faster than you were on week 1 with that same weight after that month of training right there. Second way to build your explosiveness is with plyometrics. So we want to do plyometrics in 3 planes basically. You want to have vertical plyometrics, horizontal, and then lateral. So good examples of vertical plyometrics are like just vertical jumps, box jumps, things like that. Horizontal, broad jumps, single leg broad jumps. Those are horizontal plyometrics. And then lateral plyometrics are things like lateral broad jumps, obviously, or like rebound skater jumps, things like that. And then you're going to do low sets and reps with this as well, because again, the thing you're trying to do is be as explosive as possible. And then you want to recover fully in between sets. Like you want to give your nervous system a little bit of a break in between sets so you can be as explosive as possible. And the idea with all 3 of these things, you're not trying to necessarily fatigue your muscle. You're trying to be as explosive as possible. It's not going to feel like a pump like whenever you're lifting in the gym, like for 8 to 12 reps with moderate weight. It's going to be more like you're trying to get explosive, so it should feel a little bit easy, but you should be moving as explosively as possible. Third thing is med balls that I like using. These are a really great tool for baseball players. I use this to build rotational power and upper body power for baseball players. Obviously that rotational power is important, but upper body power as well is really important because your pecs, this muscle right here, and then your lats right here, those are the prime movers of the throw in baseball. So you want to get those as explosive as possible if you want to throw the ball really hard, right? So kind of the same thing we've been doing here with the other explosiveness stuff is low sets and reps and full recovery in between. And again, that low sets and reps looks like 3 to 5 sets of 2 to 4 reps for all of these. So the next aspect of this plan right here is you're going to want to build muscle. So you can build muscle in 2 basic ways, basically. First way is with nutrition. That's really important. So typically you want to be in a calorie surplus to gain muscle. So about 500 calories more than you're burning each day. That's what you want to be eating. And then you want to be eating plenty of protein. And a good guideline is like, say you're 180 pounds, you want to eat about 180 grams of protein each day. And then on the lifting side of things for building muscle, this looks like lifting like a bodybuilder essentially. But the thing is that's making it not lifting like a bodybuilder is because you're also going to be doing strength and explosiveness training within your program as well, right? So what you're going to do, you're going to do 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps, and you're going to take those to failure as well. But basically the use of building muscle for baseball is that it's going to help support your ability to be really strong, and it's going to help you support your ability to be really explosive as well. Because your muscles are going to be bigger, they're going to be able to produce more force. So the next part of our development plan right here is going to be how we structure our workouts. And this is really important to get the most out of your body with each workout, is having good structure. And basically the reason for this is you want the things that are going to be the most taxing on your nervous system towards the front of your workout, and then the things that are going to be more fatiguing, like for your muscles and things like that, are going to be towards the end of the workout. The last thing you want to do is have fatigued muscles from building muscle or conditioning before you lift heavy weights or before you do your sprinting, because that's going to slow you down and not make you as explosive or as strong whenever you're trying to do those things. So really good structure to have right here. Number one is a warm up. We want to get good and loose, both to prevent injury and to improve our performance. And then you're going to do plyometrics, so those jumping exercises that we were talking about, and also your weighted ball stuff that you're going to be throwing, that will go in right here with your plyometrics. And then after that, you're going to do your sprinting. So position players especially, you're going to do your sprinting at this point if you have it in your workout structure. And then after that, you're going to do your heavy lifting or your explosiveness lifting depending on the day. And then after that one, you're going to do your muscle building. So those are the things like 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, pushing to failure. That's when you're going to build your muscle right there. And then lastly is conditioning. And conditioning is last again because you don't want to be so exhausted and do conditioning first, because that's going to negatively influence the rest of your workout here. So if you're going to condition, you want to save that for last whenever you're most worn out anyways. But that's going to be the basic structure of your workouts. You're going to warm up, and then you're going to do the more nervous system fatiguing stuff at the beginning of the workout. And then you're going to do the stuff that's going to fatigue your muscles more so at the end of the workout. All right, so as promised, here's your full week of lifting right here. This is basically putting everything together that I talked about just now. So basically what this would look like, you'd have a full body power day once a week right here. And with that, you're going to do some plyometrics first. So broad jumps, 3 sets of 3. Lateral broad jumps, 3 sets of 3, and then going to throw some med balls also with a rotational chest pass right here. And then kind of that explosive work that we were talking about with those light weights fast, right? So speed squats, 5 sets of 3, light weights fast right there, 40 to 60% of your 1 rep max. And then explosive bench, you're going to do the same thing right there. And then you're also going to squat to build muscle, really good compound exercise to build muscle right there. And then you can superset dumbbell bench and dumbbell row right there to make it pretty quick and get you in and out of the gym quicker. And then cable oblique rotations to build that rotational strength. 3 sets of 10, that's a muscle building rep range right there. And then you're going to do upper body strength once a week as well. And so basically what this is going to look like is you'll do some med ball slams like that. That's for your lats to build those prime movers of the throw. And you're going to do med ball chest pass as well for those pecs. And then you have bench press, trying to build that pec strength and that pressing strength. 3 sets of 5, that's a strength rep range. Weighted pull-ups as well, trying to build those lats and get them strong. And then you're going to have incline dumbbell press and incline row. Again, I like to superset these to make them go by faster so you're not in the gym all day. But you can go 3 sets of 8 there, 3 sets of 12 as well. And then right here is kind of some arm care stuff. I haven't gone into arm care in this video at all. That's kind of outside of the scope of this video. But a good example would be at the end of your upper body strength, you could do some cable internal and external rotation, 3 sets of 8, muscle building rep range. You're trying to build strength here, but it's such small muscles that you can't really load up and go for 5 or less reps. So that's the reason for 3 sets of 8. Incline T and Y for your scapular muscles, 3 sets of 10, that's arm care as well. And then you're going to do lower body strength once a week also. So what that's going to look like is you can do some vertical jumps, triple broad jumps, 3 sets of 3 right there. Those are plyometrics that I talked about. Med ball scoop throws, building that rotational power with a med ball, 3 sets of 3. And then you're gonna deadlift in a strength rep range right here as your main strength movement. And you're gonna go 3 sets of 5 with that. And then cable oblique rotations, gonna go 3 sets of 5 with that to build that rotational sprint, to build that rotational strength, which is really important. And then dumbbell reverse lunge to build up your leg muscles a little bit in that muscle building rep range. And then you're gonna do decline weighted sit-ups to build up that core strength and kind of build some muscle there as well. But that's it right there. That is the full week of lifting. And you can take this and you can apply that and get some really good use out of it. I hope you got a ton of value out of this video. You can take everything that I talked about and definitely apply it on your own and try to build out your own plan, and you'll get some pretty good results. But if you're looking for a little bit more guidance, or maybe you want to know what to do if you have like a nagging injury that you've been dealing with for a while, or you want to avoid trial and error and just make results as quickly as possible and then apply those results as fast as you can to the baseball field, then what you can do is you can schedule a call with me in the link in my description. And basically what that'll look like is I'll lay out the program for you, discuss your exact situation, and then if you're a good fit to join the program, then we'll get you rolling and I'll build out a custom program specifically for you. Again, I hope this video was super helpful for you, and I'll catch you in the next one.